Today we're talking about what happens when you first start shaving your head. Now today's video is going to be a little bit different than most of my videos, as I'm not going to be talking about products, how-tos, or tips and tricks. Because today we're going to take a little bit closer look at the mental aspect of shaving your head. Now you might be wondering why I think that I can talk on this. Well, because I've been through it. Obviously, you guys can probably see a little bit of my hairline here. I naturally started going bald at 19. It started out where just the sides right here started getting a lighter falling out and, well, just not growing back. By the age of 20 or 21, I was doing a straight buzz cut because, well, I figured that that looked a little bit better. By the age of 22, I was going through some stuff and, well, I decided that it was time for a little bit more of a change. My self-consciousness of the receding hairline was to that point where I had to do something else. And I knew that I couldn't do many other haircuts. I knew that it was definitely getting to the point where it was very noticeable. And therefore, I decided to go ahead and take the Bic to it. And well, when I did, I got some reactions from family members that were actually more positive than I thought that they would be. It took a little while for them to get used to it. And I've been bald for about 15 to 16 years now. And very happily so. So, that's my story. That's the end of this video. And, well, no. Not quite. I want to know down in the comment section what was going through your head when you first started shaving your head. And if you haven't already, what are some of your concerns about shaving your head? See, in between me shaving my head, me being completely happy with my balding head, was the very self-conscious time. Now on my YouTube channel, as well as on forums like Reddit, you'll see a lot of gentlemen, overwhelmingly a lot of gentlemen, say, I wish that I would have done this a long time ago. I'm completely happy with it. I feel freed. I feel liberated in a sense because now I no longer worry about the bald spot. And that's great. That's so awesome. I wish that my brain was able just to make that click in there real quick on my first shave. However, it didn't. It took me a good month and a half before I realized that, well, this was definitely the look for me. And luckily, my family was very supportive. They all said that my head looked good bald, and, I didn't have a deformed head or nothing, which, I don't know, that's debatable. But I was lucky. I had those people that helped reinforce and let my brain click over to that owning it and being happy with it, rather than doing it and thinking that everybody else was looking at my head because they knew I shaved my head because I was going bald. And that part took me a good while to get used to, because when your brain is always thinking that people are looking at you because you're going bald, you get very self-conscious about that. And even though they probably weren't, it's something that you can't really help thinking about. And when you make that change, which it is a fairly big change, even if you're going from like a buzz cut to a bald head, your brain takes a while to accept that change because it's been seeing you in the mirror for however long with hair on your head. It's not necessarily something that everybody's brain is just going to click onto and be like, all right, I look freaking fantastic. And I think that people that have self-conscious issues already, like I do and did, have a harder time with the brain clicking over to that. And I think some of the things that helped me, like I said, I had friends and family that said that they liked it. I had a few that said that they didn't, but they eventually got used to it and now don't even know what I would look like with hair, which they don't have a choice on that because I can't ever grow it back if I wanted to. But I guess the whole point of this video is to say that not everybody has that feeling of liberation or feeling resolved of the issue of going bald just because you shaved your head right away. However, I do think that given enough time, your brain does switch over to that being happy and owning and happily owning that bald head. Because I've never heard of anybody saying, oh, I don't like being bald, so therefore I'm going to grow my hair back. The only people that I've ever heard say that was the people that still have hair and they don't have any receding hairlines. Because, well, they have other options and they don't have the self-consciousness of people noticing that they're going bald or trying to do somewhat of a comb over that isn't just highlighting the fact that they're going bald. I've never had that. So therefore those are the people that usually go back to, growing their hair. So if you're like me and you're seeing all these other people saying that they are completely happy with it and it was the best decision they've made in a long time and yada, 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 and you're not feeling that way, that's perfectly okay. There's nothing at all wrong with that. But I do have to say to stick with it for a while, at least a month to 2 months, to really see how you feel about it at that point, because I do think that your brain will get used to it and you will eventually be able to say, yeah, this looks better than going bald. And it really does. And there's not as much stigma on having a shaved head like there was when I first started just 14 to 16 years ago. But nowadays it is very accepted as a hairstyle choice. I mean, you've got guys with full hair shaving their head. So don't worry about it. People are not looking at you knowing why you shaved your head, knowing that you may be going bald and that's why you shaved your head. People aren't thinking about that anymore. So try to realize that and just know that you look better bald. If you like this video or you're just curious about head shaving and head care altogether, check out this playlist up here. Down below that, you'll find a video that you'll probably enjoy as well. And as always, until next time, you have a good one.